Hi, this is Jeff Hiller, and today I am hanging out with Steven Prusakowski on TV Topics.
Hey, where's the remote? It's time for TV Topics.
Congratulations on the Emmy nomination and the amazing year of television. You're on everything I watched, it seemed. Elsbeth, Pluribus, Widow's Bay. We were catching up on Somebody Somewhere, so that kind of bled over into the new year, which is fantastic.
We got a lot of Jeff, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, as I'm watching, my daughters watched a couple of those with me and said, "That's a guy. That's a guy from Pluribus." And it's like, it's just funny when you see somebody pop up, especially when you're watching with kids who, don't have the same grasp of television, I guess. I know what you're up to and see see the trades, but they're like it's some kind of miracle. When you were on Elsbeth, I watched that with my youngest. She was like, "Oh my gosh, it's it's the Widow's Bay guy." I think we watched Elsbeth first. So you were the Elsbeth guy, and now you're so it's always fun. We will discuss your work in all of those in just a few, but first we'll start with some TV topics. Remember, there's no pressure, no right or wrong answers. It's all just a bit of fun. So, looking back over the years, what has your relationship with TV been? Are you a TV junkie who watches everything? Are you very selective? Do you have go-to shows?
I used to be a TV junkie that watches everything, certainly as a child, but now in the age of streaming, it's like I sometimes I need someone to be like, "You gotta see this," before I even know it's there, because I can't watch everything on every streamer. It's overwhelming.
What were the
Yeah,
shows that you watched as a kid?
as a kid, like I would know because I'm old, so like it would be you just had three networks and then eventually four because my family was too cheap for cable, and so I knew the schedule for prime time on every single network. My dad used to call me Mr. Television because I just knew everything that was on, and I really preferred half-hour multi-camera sitcoms. But I would also occasionally watch a drama. But at the time, the dramas were all like soap operas. They weren't like
Hmm.
they weren't like dramedies like they are now.
What any standouts though? Any shows? Any sitcoms or like?
Oh God. I mean every single the ones that I still watch are The Golden Girls, Designing Women, pretty much anyone with like a strong female cast. I'm not rewatching Barney Miller, you know what I'm saying?
Anyway, how about the drama?
As a kid, um, well, what dramas did I watch? I watched like the action adventure ones, like the A-Team, Simon and Simon, like those kinds of ones. And I would always watch the theme songs of the soap operas, but usually they were on at 9 and my mom wouldn't let me stay up and watch them. And she thought they had too much sex, but she also thought Golden Girls had too much sex. So imagine what you would think now.
It's funny. I was just speaking with David Harbour, and he brought up Simon and Simon as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you don't hear it very often, but I guess it's.
And there's no woman on that show, so I don't know what I was thinking of.
How about the first primetime show that you remember really loving? No matter how good or bad it was your show.
I don't know if this is the first, but it was one of the first, which is that like I loved watching like the Cosby Show and Cheers and like that Thursday night lineup, Family Ties. I really loved those things. But I remember this show. This is super obscure. And when I met Sarah Rue, I told her about this, and she's like, "Wow, no one brings that up." But there was this show called Grand about a small town that made pianos. And they had a theme song. Bonnie Hunt was in it, Michael McKean, and they had a theme song where they would turn to camera and everyone would lip sync the theme song. It was very Paul Thomas Anderson in Magnolia kind of a thing. And I love that theme song so much. I learned how to play it on the piano and everything. So that is a show that really has a lot of meaning in my heart.
For some reason, I was thinking you're going to bring up the one with a robot, some kind. What is it called?
Small
Vicky,
Wonder. Yeah,
Small
Small
Wonder.
was
Yeah.
on in syndication, and I didn't really get it. For whatever reason, in my part of town, the only thing in syndication that we saw was "It's a Living," which I also
Oh
loved.
yeah. Yeah. That was a great show as well. That and also syndication around that time was Ted. What's his name? Ted Knight.
Oh, Too Close for Comfort.
Too Close for Comfort. I'm blanking on my own comment. Thank you. So how about cry? Do you cry during TV? And if so, is what's the last show that made you cry or last memorable cry?
I do cry during TV, especially TV now, where it really does like it is a lot more nuanced and complicated. Whereas I think like when I was growing up, it was very much like film is where you go for emotions and TV is where you go for comfort. And I don't think that's true anymore. What is the last thing I cried at? I mean, I'll tell you, I cried at Instagram a couple days ago because this account I follow that's so beautiful called Simon Sits about a dog. It's just like an influencer who has a dog named Simon, and Simon, Simon crossed the Rainbow Bridge, and the influencer did this full week of like giving Simon a great send off, and I wept profusely for Simon and Simon's family.
Well, that's not exactly TV, but if you,
It's not. It's not. I'm sorry.
we're
Okay.
blurring the lines.
I know. Let me give you a real TV show that I've cried at. How about that?
Yeah.
God, what is one that I've cried? I mean, I've cried at so many. Why am I blanking now? Um, I mean, as a child, I do remember crying at Guiding Light when Maureen died. And I remember crying at, I think there was maybe even an episode of Orange is the New Black when they showed Tasty going back, like Tasty's flashbacks. I feel like I cried at that. I don't know. I'm not coming up with a recent one that I don't know. Hacks, Hacks is great. And I love Hacks, but it didn't make me cry. Hacks, I loved it, but it didn't make me cry.
Yeah, people said they cried during it, and I anticipated to crying, and then I watched it. And I'm like, I liked it, but I didn't cry, and like, the
Right.
internet ruins everything. You know, maybe I would have cried if they didn't tell me I'm going to cry. So
Exactly. That's so true. I thought of one. I thought of one. There's a show on BritBox called Mum. It stars Leslie Manville. And it's very niche. It's very quiet. It's very small. And I don't know if it's series 3 or 4, but a sad thing happens and I cried at it. And
okay,
but I'm not
I
going to
need to
tell you
get
the
access
rest
to
'cause it's a
BritBox.
spoiler.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it still called Mom, or is her character no longer with us? But
No,
we
no,
don't have
no.
to go there.
She's around. Don't worry.
Oh, okay, all right, good. So how about if you?
It's not a dramatic thing either. It's actually a very small thing, but this character is just so weary and put upon, and Leslie Manville plays her with, her eyes are just so like, kind, but also tired, and she just really moved me. I really liked it.
Well, she's amazing, so that helps.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's always sometimes. I mean, I love that those moments are the ones that aren't played up and aren't. The music's not swelling up and trying to play you, and it just like you connect with. There's times that I'm like, I get thrown back to my childhood and with my parents or my siblings or whatever it is. It's like a great performance can do that. So
Yeah, totally.
I don't know if I'm going to watch 3 seasons, but maybe I'll check it out.
But they're like 5 episode seasons. It's British.
Oh, okay. Then maybe I will check it out. I'll try it out. So, how about if you could play one pre-existing TV character, no matter the genre, no matter the time period, and for any reason, which would it be and why? And don't worry about, kind of, pushing that person out of the performance. This is an alternate universe. You get to
Right.
take it on. No judgment.
Oh, I would love to play Jack on Will and Grace, without a
Oh,
doubt.
great choice.
I mean, Sean Hayes was amazing, but I just want to do it too.
Gosh. Sean Hayes is incredible. His work on Broadway, I don't know if you got to see that, was
Yes.
spectacular.
Yeah.
Um,
Him
I
twice.
thought you were going to say Jack from Three's Company.
Oh no. No.
But
I can't get away with all that. Like, "Ooh, that lady's so pretty. Oh." Nobody would buy it.
I don't think they'd allow that to be shot anymore. Anyways, it's kind of one of those shows put in the vault. Let's step into some of your work for this year. Pluribus, a treat to watch. When this series and role was presented to you, what was the first thing that stood out and that made you want to take part?
Well, it was an audition, so and I have to tell you, like, I didn't know what was happening like before I auditioned, but the big thing was it was Vince Gilligan, and I knew Breaking Bad, I knew Better Call Saul, like I'd watched both of them, and I knew he was like a singular voice in television and a genius, and so I just wanted to be a part of it. But I didn't even know it was like a sci-fi show. I thought it was like I don't know. I just thought it was about a lady. I don't know. I knew Ray Seaborn was in it, and that was it.
I mean, Gilligan and Seahorn. That was enough. Honestly, that's why I said as soon as I learned they were doing it, I'm like I'm watching, and I didn't
So
watch trailers. I didn't read about it. I just waited for the first day to get the screeners and was all in.
I know. And just to see how different Ray is from Carol to Kim, like it's just
Hmm.
so she's just I mean like she's just so cool. I mean, I didn't know that when I was auditioning, but I mean I didn't know how different she'd be, but I knew she was
Yeah.
amazing.
But her brilliant work on her part. I mean, there's two
Oh,
episodes that stand out. The episode of Saul where she's on the train and
yeah.
she's breaking down, and there's a moment where she's sitting there silent with the fireworks going off around her, and then both of them, like how much she conveys with complete silence,
Yeah.
is incredible. So when playing your part of Larry and the others, you have to play kind of a layered role. Although it seems like this, it's only 7 minutes long
Yeah.
of screen time, and but you have to have this who he is on the surface and this all-knowing, almost deceitful through a mission behind the scenes, who's both loving of Carol and at the same time holding back. What did you try to bring to that character? I mean, yeah, like you said, it's only 7 minutes, but it's a memorable 7 minutes, and obviously the Emmy voters thought so too.
Well, my big thing was because it took a long time for me to even understand the concept of the show because I didn't even get a full script of the episode I was in. That's how secretive it was. And so, it was called a different, it wasn't called Pluribus, it was called Waikaro. And it was, when I was auditioning, I was told I was playing the father of Carol, and I was not wanting to tell her that her mom didn't like her paintings. So it was a very different concept. But Alison Tatlock, who's an EP on the show and wrote this episode, her big thing was the Hive loves Carol. They actually do love her. It's genuine that they love her. And they cannot lie, but they don't want to hurt her. And so the big thing I was trying to do was, and I thought the idea of like being a father who didn't want to tell their child that their mother didn't like their paintings was like a really good uh, whatever comp, and so um, that was really what I was trying to play more than I was trying to play like because I also was like do I need to do some sort of like physicality so that I'm mirroring other actors who've played the hive mind and they were very much like, no, your physicality is still yours from your body. And so it was really complicated. And we spent like several hours in a rehearsal on a Sunday. They gave up their Sunday, Ray and the director Zetna and Allison, to rehearse with me for 3 hours. And, it got kind of nerdy. It was really fun.
It's a very important scene because you're kind of hell in by proxy. So you're
Right.
revealing, you're having this almost lover spat, kind of, similar to what you said about the father not revealing this, but you're having this moment where the truth is coming out, but you're not her yet. Carol is reacting to you like her, and
Right.
and you're just like someone who'd be caught in that situation where, oh, what do you think about my so and so, and have to, how do I not say what I want to say? And it's like, I think it's a brilliant a brilliant scene and a great way to create that reunion between Helen and Carol without us actually seeing them together.
Right. Yeah, and on top of that, it has this exposition thing, which I think they revealed so brilliantly that the hive mind can't lie, and
Hmm.
that's something that Carol didn't know previous to that. And
Oh, that was the moment. Okay.
yeah, yeah. So it is kind of an important scene. Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they treated it as such. We shot all day just on that one scene, and from so many different angles, but we shot it from beginning to end so that it felt like a play almost. It wasn't just like doing certain coverage here and certain coverage there. It was very complete.
That costume choice. I mean, if they did an action figure, that's you. You're Pluribus forever.
Please, God, don't do an action figure of that. I got a couple fan art, and I'm like, I mean, you're not wrong, but oof, don't show it.
Was that a nice surprise for you when you walked in? Like, here it is. You're not no tux or something fun. You're
Well, when I had my fitting, I hadn't even, nobody had told me the concept of the show or anything. So I was like, I don't understand. I thought I was a father. Why am I in this weird thing? And the wardrobe department and the designers were like, we don't know what we can tell you, so we're not gonna. So it wasn't until that rehearsal the following Sunday that I really understood why I was there. Because I didn't even know why we were cleaning up outside. I just they said an explosion had happened, but I didn't know what caused the explosion. I didn't know that it was Carol throwing a grenade or whatever.
but there's so much to feast upon with the whole AI, parallels, and then just Carol and also that these people are not just like zombies. They're
Yeah.
still the people at the same time. There's I mean, Vince is amazing. I mean, I have
I know,
ideas.
and your loyalty too changes. Like there were times when I was like, "Oh, Carol, why wouldn't you want to be a part of this hive mind?" And then it'd be like, "Oh my God, run, Carol, save the world!" It was very. I love. I mean, that's a storyteller. That's a storyteller.
And for Widow's Bay, another just an amazing. I mean, what a year for shows for you to be cast on. Everyone's talking about this as well. The blend of comedy, the humor, it's inseparable as comedy, but it's not like a sitcom. You're not waiting for a joke. It's
Right.
just you're sitting in a room with people who tend to do things that turn out funny. When you're shooting this, when you're in this on set, did you sense like could you feel it on there? Because I think part of it is in the time in the editing and when you see the pieces together. But
Yeah.
are you sensing it when you're playing that DJ and grooving out with these entranced people?
Well, yeah, and that's in that scene in particular, I was like, how big can it? Because there'd been a lot of discussion about like we're not trying to be funny, we're playing this for as serious, and and so I wasn't sure how broad I should go, and basically when we were dancing, we could go broad, and when we were not dancing, we needed to be small. But like I have actually had a lot of the comedy lines, like the fact that I say I don't have premium or that
Yeah.
ask how many people would be there and I say I didn't want to tell you that it was zero. I think that that is that is my wheelhouse. That is what I've done for the last 25 years of this career. And so I think it makes it's easier to do that for me, I think. But I also think that not think, I know that Katie Dippold, who's the creator of the show, who I know, who's like a friend of mine from before, we started at the UCB together. She was very, she was crystal clear about the tone that she wanted, and so she was very good at articulating it, and also at spotting when it wouldn't work, and having you um, do it in a way that would strike the correct tonal tone.
I mean, I think the "I don't have premium" line was one of the funniest of the season. And if you read it on paper, it's not all that funny. But when you put it all together in the situation, with what she's trying to carry, make happen there, make this big party happen, and there's the commercial for hair care or something in the middle of it, and you're like,
All
I
this
know
small
that
little
feeling.
pattern
That would be
ball.
my moment.
When I got hired, Katie was like, "This is a very small role," and I think I can say this now because she said it at Comic-Con, so I think I can say this. But I was supposed to die. She told me like your character is going to die. That's kind of the only reason you're here. But then, and this is even before I got nominated for an Emmy. They said, "We actually really like having you around. Would it be cool if we didn't kill you off?" And I was like, "Yeah, it'd be cool." I'll sacrifice. But so like in episode four, I wasn't even supposed to be in episode four. They were supposed to have a different DJ, and Sam Donovan, the director of that episode, was like, "Why don't you just have Jeff do it?" And then that kind of explains why he's so bad at being a DJ. And so when I got that script with my role, with me playing the DJ instead of this other guy, I was like, this is hilarious and I'm going to make this hilarious. So I did know right away, like him saying, I don't have premium. I was like, I'm in. I'm going to make this funny.
There's certain lines in the series that, like I said, on paper, you go, well, how do you make this funny? Like, I think the "fu" line from Inside the Coffin, when
Oh,
he,
yeah.
I think my daughters watched me watch that because I watched it with my family. They all fell asleep. I had to watch it again and again with them because each one had to watch it again. So we were all caught up. And every single time I would be cracking up. My daughter's like, "You laughed at that 4 times, then, because that is funny as hell." That's simple, Same with the premium line. I'm like, well, I don't laugh at things twice usually. I don't tell jokes because halfway through the second time, I'm like, it's been there, done that. I can't laugh at something again. But certain lines of dialogue, and I think Katie's writing and the delivery make it all come together.
That is like good sitcom, right? Where it's not about a joke, it's about a reflection of the character and what that character brings. At UCB, we would have said the game of the character, and I think that is what Katie really excels at, is finding who this character is and why. Like if Blanche said one of Rose's lines on The Golden Girls, it wouldn't be funny. Blanche can only say Blanche's lines because Blanche's game is this and Rose's game is that, you know?
The amazing place we are on television, as you kind of touched upon earlier, is we aren't just doing soap operas. We are exploring very niche storytelling. It's like being in a bookstore and you go to the romance and there's, or whatever, horror, and there's 7,000 different authors telling different types of stories. I think that's where we are now. It's a great time for TV.
Romanticy. Yeah. Horror comedy, sure. Why not? Let's just
Yeah.
take a little of this and a little of
Yeah,
that.
a little bit of Barney Miller versus.
Exactly.
If you were to live in one of these worlds, in the Widow's Bay or Pluribus, which
Oh,
one's scarier to you, and which one would you choose to remain in, if you had to choose?
I think in a weird way, Pluribus is almost scarier because it is so confusing at
Hmm.
what is good and what is bad, which is actually feels very like our real world. And Katie and I have talked a lot about like, I'd love to go to a haunted island like this. It'd be so fun to go to a haunted island. I mean, that's all fun and games until the sea hag sits on your face. But I think I would like to have a lobster roll in that, then be have no individuality in the world of Pluribus. But I guess if I were someone who didn't transform into the hive mind, I would probably be more like Samba's character than like Ray's character. I would be like, yeah, bring me dinner. I'll eat it.
The thing is, I think after a little while, you'd be like, all right, well, I'm tired of having everything, and you want the challenges of life. It's like
I know.
it's not being on top of the mountain. It's the climb that makes it worth talking about. If you just like, I saw a great view, well, that's what it like. People mention the whole Chat GTP thing, and like, I have everything, I have all the knowledge. No, you don't. You have a bunch of things that you can read and you can spew back out, but you are no smarter than you were 10 minutes ago. And I think Pluribus is the same thing. You didn't live life. You are like, it's a
Right.
faux life. It's a simulator. It's such a wonderful world that we live in, that we can compare real life to the horrors that are put on screen. Instead of like, oh, that would be scary. Oh wait, no, it's scarier outside. Don't put the news on. Whatever you do, don't put
Yeah.
on the news
What
because
a
you'll
rich
be.
world.
But real quick on your choice of Widow's Bay, I think being in that situation, as long as you know, like, okay, I'm going to get away with this. I'm going to be one of the survivors. It's like a roller coaster. Like,
Right.
oh my god,
It's
that
like
was
going to
scary, but
Universal Horror Nights, you know? It's like going to a haunted
yeah,
house. You're like, I
I
know they
don't
can't.
die. So those
Exactly.
the heart rate and the adrenaline rushes are fine. Uh,
Right.
you know, too bad for the others, but oh well, it happens.
That's right. Sorry, Chris Fleming.
Sucks to be you, but I win. So
Yeah, exactly.
I
Sorry,
wasn't
Mike.
supposed to be here past season episode 4, so
Yeah, exactly.
things turned out. And we're getting to Somebody Somewhere. Congrats on that. What you and Bridget pull off is a piece of art, and I was so happy to see you take home that Emmy. and I it's a show I bring up all the time to people, and everyone's like, I don't know what that is. I go watch it, and I bring up the scene where she's unloading in the restroom, and you are just cracking up. I said, it doesn't sound like something you can recommend, but that scene kind of encapsulates the friendship and the love there, and how raw and real it is, and it's not putting on like a huge act. It's just like you feel like you can walk into that set and you would be hanging out and just like, oh, it's you would like it's like it's part of the world. It's not so fictional. It's not. It's nothing. It feels real. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
Authentic.
I love that. I feel the same. I would love if that was thrown in with Pluribus and Widow's Bay, I'd go with that world.
Yeah, maybe a little bit easier.
We can just eat French toast. We don't have to worry about demons.
Much easier. And if there's one character, you play so many great characters. I mean, across that's one thing. It's great with you is you pop up, and I'm like, who's he going to be? Like in Elsbeth, a very different character than the two that we've been discussing, and very different than Joel. Was there one that you connect with most? One of the parts that you played that you walked away from, and you're like, oh, that's me.
Oh, Joel, for sure. For sure. Yeah, Joel is very much like me. But the one I had the most fun playing is this show that nobody saw and it got canceled, which is such a bummer, but it was called Stumble. It was about cheerleaders in Texas. And I played a factory owner who was kind of Willy Wonka-esque, and I had a German accent, and it was so fun.
So let's go into some TV topics and close things out.
Okay.
You rub your remote control, and a genie comes out and offers you this TV-based wish. What TV show do you want one more season of? And it can be a prequel season, an extra season added on to the end, one in the middle, anywhere you want. Same crew, same everything. It's as if time never passed. You just get that like one extra season. Which one? What show and what season?
I know this is kind of a cop out, but it would be Somebody Somewhere. I would love to have another season of Somebody Somewhere. I miss those characters. I want to see what they're doing, and it would only make sense. It wouldn't have you wouldn't have to explain why somebody came back from the dead or anything. You could just be like, "Is this? Let's just see what Sam and Joel are up to these days." That's what I would choose for sure.
That's great. Is there any chance of that? Is there like, or
I mean, there's hope,
is
but
it?
there's no like, ain't nothing in the works. No.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's you ever always wonder like, well, why don't they just continue? I mean, I know there's business side of it, but what maybe a web series or
Yeah,
an audio
I'd do
book.
that. I'd do that. Let's do it.
So how about favorite theme song, one that you cannot skip, and if you want to sing it, you'll get a gold star.
Okay, I'm gonna give you Grand that I've already mentioned. It's so good. Are you ready?
I'm
Let
ready.
me a question. You can take a guess. Who holds the keys to your happiness? Is your life up to you, or does fate have it planned? Don't think too much, just do it. Do it grand.
Oh, that is incredible. That is the best anyone's ever sung anything. It's.
I used
I mean, right now, you might be
I
looking
used
at
to
an Emmy.
audition
I
with
mean,
that
I'm sorry, a
song.
Grammy.
Oh yeah, my
What was it?
Grammy. I used to audition for theater with that song, the theme song from 227.
Oh, is that "Give Me a Break"? Gotta
No,
know it.
that's
Is
Give
that?
Me a Break. 227 is There's no place like home. With your family around you, you're never alone.
I was not a huge 227 fan when
Oh, Regina
and
King.
not that I didn't like it. It just I didn't watch it. I was probably watching repeats on UHF at the time. But yeah, amazing. I didn't know you sang so well. Are you do you sing in like are you have you done Broadway or anything like that where you can let it
Broadway.
loose?
I do musicals. I mean, I wouldn't do it now. It's so exhausting, but I have done them a lot.
What TV death would you stop if you could? And don't worry about the integrity of the show. You just want to stop this character. You can't bear to watch them die again.
Joel in The Last of Us. That was so sad.
Oh yeah.
You know what? I think I cried then.
There you go.
Because I didn't cheat like everybody else, where I looked up on that the video game had him die. I didn't know that. So I was not expecting it. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, he's dead. And then it made me really hate Caitlin Deaver, which is so
Yeah,
not.
I loved her. She's fantastic. And yeah, and that what goes on in that scene is not easy to process. And you think being with Ellie sitting there watching it, I'm like,
She
is
was
there
so,
anything worse in the world than just watching a beatdown where you're losing the only friend you have? It's
yeah, terrible. And Bella Ramsey was so great at that. They just really
mhm.
got that scene. Anyway.
Yeah, this that scene and the scene in season one where his daughter, he thinks they
Oh,
escaped, and then you're like, oh wait, she's bleeding, and you're like, oh, painful, can't watch.
right. And he's like, I haven't, well, I can't remember what he said, but he's like, I haven't turned. And he's like trying to get there. Anyway, yeah, it's
Yeah,
horrible.
yeah, horrible. So terrible TV. And Caitlin Deaver is an amazing actress and an angel. What TV show do you know you should have watched, but for some reason have not?
Oh, I never seen The Sopranos
What?
because I did HBO at the time and I've just never gone back. So I've never seen The Sopranos.
Wow, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Are you ever going to? Would you think you will?
My husband is always like, I'd watch it again. I'd watch it again. So we might watch it. Yeah. But yeah, because I love Edie Falco and I love Gandolfini. I did see the last episode. I was at a bar and everyone thought that their cable had gone out.
Yeah, I remember that night well.
Yeah.
I think that was the last big everybody was watching. If they had it on
Not,
at a bar and it was like
no,
be there and then everybody was pissed and everybody was all over the place. I think it's a brilliant ending, but
me too. I
I
guess.
highly
Yeah.
recommend. Yeah, you just
I
don't know
love
the
doing
beginning.
it.
You don't know the other 90 episodes.
Oh, God. Yeah.
I recommend you go check it out. So how about this one? The greatest moment in TV history, according to Jeff Hiller.
So of course, in my mind is like, well, is it a historical significance or is it just a really funny line or is it what? So I'm just not going to judge myself and go with first guess, best guess because I'm taking up too much time, but I keep talking. I'm going to say that episode of Cheers when Cliff Clavin wants to stop being a nerd, so he gets a therapist to put a put a shock collar on him, and every time he says something dirty, the guy shocks him, and then he's like gets mad at him. He's like, "You take it. You see how you feel it," and he shocks him, but he shocks himself. Either that or the episode of WKRP in Cincinnati when Les Nessman is describing the turkeys falling from the helicopter.
The turkey drop.
And he says, as God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly. One of those two.
Does he utter "Oh the humanity" during that?
Oh, people are running. You just hear him and you see everyone listening to him talking, and it's oh God, that was good. That was a good episode.
Yeah. I mean, and you see nothing yet. You hear it all, and you create this picture in your head. Like in my head, I still see the same exact turkey drop as I saw in my head back 30 years ago, whatever it was.
Exactly. It's probably 40 actually at this point.
Yeah. How about the one TV show that you wish you could erase from your memory, and so you can experience it all again without the current understanding of it or
I
memory?
see. Yeah. Oh God, that's a great question. Maybe Seinfeld, because I watched it later. I binged it later, but I didn't watch it in time, and by the time I binged it, there were so many things that came. Like I was like, oh, this is what they meant by whatever soup Nazi, or this is what they meant by the contest, that kind of a thing. So I think that would be good to not have any preconceived notions going in.
What is your TV Mount Rushmore, but of your shows?
It would be Golden Girls for sure. It would be they're all just so old because Mary Tyler Moore and
A little bit older.
yeah. But the new ones like I don't know. I can't understand their place in my history as of
No,
yet.
no,
So
no. It's totally fine.
and then I clearly like sitcoms, don't I? To try and think of a drama. What's a drama that I liked? Lost. I loved Lost. Lost was one of the first shows I geeked out. Or maybe Twin Peaks. the Twin Peaks. That's a show that I really like went down the rabbit hole on. So let's go.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Final question. If you had a magic door, one that allowed you access to live in one TV show, you could pop in and out whenever you want, so you don't give up your real life. And actually, when you walk in, real life pauses, and that life begins. And when you walk back out, real life unpauses, and you get to, so you get to experience everything. What TV show would it be, and why? And when you're in that world, you're not just watching it. You can be a participant in any way, shape, or form. If you are watching Friends, you are hanging out on the couch at the cafe. If you're watching Cheers, you're next to Cliff Clavin sharing a beer.
I think I'd want to be in What We Do in the Shadows or Bewitched. Something where I get to have special powers.
You did not bring up What We Do in the Shadows. I love that series. What about, like, what would you be doing on there?
Well, I would just love to turn into a bat. I would love to have lived for hundreds of years and have because they can control people too, and I love all of that sort of stuff. And I just love that cast of characters too. Like I would love to just hang out with Nadia and her little doll. Remember the doll that had
Of course.
personality? Um, yeah, I just think I love that show, and I just think it's a really fun world. And also, I do think it'd be really fun to have superpowers.
Yeah, of course. Would you live in the house?
Yes. Yeah, well, I was like, the one thing I don't like about that house is it's very dark, but I guess like if I'm gonna have the superpowers, I'm gonna need it to be really dark. So
Fantastic choice. Fantastic answers, and fantastic, not just year, but career of television so far. Well, one question I wanted to ask. So you're not dead on Widow's Bay. You're not dead on Pluribus. Are there any talks that you can discuss? Will we see you again?
I kind of doubt I would be back to Pluribus. It doesn't really make narrative sense that I would come back when they can have just anybody in the world. So definitely no talk of that at all. And while Widow's Bay is not contractually obligated to bring me back, I think I will be back. I think that's why they didn't kill me off. So I think I'll be back. I don't know in what form or what will happen, but I think I'll be back.
Yeah, after the "this place is a death trap" line and delivery, it's like you have to be back. Then,
Well, and Katie said she wanted to write episodes where you see more about Rosemary and Dale, and so I'm hoping that means it's practically a contract, right? They have to bring me back now.
but it's on record, so we will play this back if she ever says anything. And then if they pull you out, it's emotional damage. You're all set.
Exactly.
So thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing more of what you do.
Me too. I can't wait to meet you for the 16th time.
Have a great day.
Thank you, you too.